Hey, I'm Jeanne Marie and I love to make art, and I had my first client project recently and I wanted to show you guys my process through that. Okay, hope you all are well. The first thing the client asked me to do was to make a loose floral watercolor painting. She wanted a couple of them to hang in her kitchen, so I sent her some color swatches, some floral shapes, and got her response back on that to see what she liked and what she didn't like. Some of the things that we discussed were the translucency, the granulating effects, and if she wanted like an all over pattern or more of just like a single illustration. So that's kind of what I had to go off of. So it was now time for me to start making the work. I know this client personally, and I know her vibe is a very clean girl aesthetic. So I wanted to keep it bright and cheerful without being too vibrant, but still bring some color into her living space. I wanted it to be very tranquil and serene and just beautiful and simple. So I wanted the watercolor effects to kind of really be the focus. The first one I did had more of like a eucalyptus leaf shape. This one is more of a general kind of generic leaf shape, but I did do a drawing on both of those first before I painted them to kind of know where I wanted to paint. So it was more about letting the watercolor do its thing, you know, within some parameters of the shapes that I had laid out, but still giving that same vibe of just a loose floral with a nice earthy green color. I wanted them all to be the same color, but different plants, so they would be unified. I really tried to focus on just working on multiple pieces so I could layer, set one aside, work on another one, layer to get the depth of tone. You can see I had to do a little lifting there. In this last painting that I'm showing you, I did not draw the design out. I just went very loose, and instead of doing really big leaves, like in the other two that I just showed you, this one has very tiny leaves, like the rosemary plant. That's where this inspiration came from. I wouldn't say that any of these are exact replicas of specific plants because I wasn't really using reference, just kind of being loose. And some of them are more illustrative, and I think I wanted to present her with a variety of options to choose from. She actually really liked the ones that I didn't think that she would like. So you just really never know how your art is being perceived by somebody else. What I realized during this project is how I really like this style. Ultimately, I decided to turn these paintings into prints. I now have a small print shop with some of these prints. These are the final watercolor paintings on the watercolor paper. So I taped a border around them to make sure that they came out clean for the client. But when I was thinking about making them into prints, I just thought that it might look better if the scale was a little bit bigger. So I took the original ones and scanned them into Photoshop and kind of just trimmed out some of that white space. You can see some of the test prints here. It's just bigger, fuller versions. I'm really happy at how the project went, how the prints turned out. She really liked her 3 that she chose, and I actually got my business off the ground. So all in all, this was a really good project to get me focused and committed and really getting my business off the ground. Even though it's taken a really long time, I'm happy to be here. If you made it to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate your time, and I will see you guys in another video. Take care. Bye-bye now.